sports. Ahead, we'll see the NFL's all-time passing leader, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints as they take on Phillip Rivers and the LA Chargers. With that, let's get out to Dignity Health Sports Park in Southern California as we welcome in our guys, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast LA skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, look, some might say that football is a young man's fancy, so to speak, but don't tell that to these two quarterbacks because they come in here with a lot, and I mean a lot, of NFL experience.
Hey, I like the Young Turks. I like the Baker Mayfields. I like the Patrick Mahomes. I like the Lamar Jacksons. But I do like those grizzled veterans who know how to play the game, know how to run their team, and know how to handle difficult situations. Maybe I'm just showing my age, too.
Badgley now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding when you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it. He can do it, and boy, does he prepare well for each and every game.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
The steal in the 2017 NFL Draft had to be running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee, who ended up being that year's NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Split time with Mark Ingram his first 2 years in the league. With Mark Ingram now in Baltimore, it's his show. And through his first 2 years, almost equal yardage, rushing and receiving. Expect his rushing numbers to take a big leap in 2019.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brees is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. Safety Derwin James is one of the better players in the NFL. First-team All-Pro as a rookie, also went to the Pro Bowl, and he shows up anywhere and everywhere on the field making plays.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Shotgun now for Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers' all-time passing leader, Phillip Rivers, who's been their starter since 2006, trotting onto the field. And I'll tell you what, he may be just a couple of years from 40, but he can still do it. You look back to 2018, some people were whispering MVP and Rivers in the same breath with what he did in that campaign. Especially impressive in 2 December primetime victories, one against the Steelers, one against the division rival Chiefs. And although things ended not quite how they wanted in the playoffs to New England, Phillip Rivers still feels like he has a lot left in the tank. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that Mike Pouncey's one of the best centers in the league, and to me, he helped usher in that new wave of centers. agile, able to get to the second level and block people downfield, able to pull like a guard and get out in front of ball carriers, and pass protects really well, helps keep his quarterbacks clean.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Linebacker Demario Davis made the move from the New York Jets to the New Orleans Saints before the 2018 season, and that move really paid off for him. Always a terrific player. Now he was able to get to the playoffs for the first time in his NFL career.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now. Marcus Sherrill's deep for the Saints. Oh, here's pressure, and the Saints block it. And they are going to take possession of the football.
That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
An early special teams wake-up call there. Their first drive, and they have the punt block.
And obviously they were giving the ball up, but that's not the way it's supposed to conclude. That ball's supposed to be downfield, better field position for your defense to work off of. Instead, you've given up a momentum play, and now you've got the other side excited.
So a great special teams play. They blocked the punt, and excellent field position, 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab, and the Saints have taken the early lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Lutz with the extra point. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And that makes the score 7-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Rivers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Rivers. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the Chargers punter now. On for his second punt, and remember, his first one was blocked. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Throwing on first down is Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Breeze to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 43-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Breeze. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Here we go. Here we go.
So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's get off the field, D.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench, but this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
I got you. Watch twist.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's King. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Rivers and the Chargers now. Down 7-0. 1:45 to play. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. That throw into the arms of Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. First down now, but that clock rolling.
47's the mic.
Here's Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Get on the ball. Here we go.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's back to throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here. Now Rivers on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Saints are going to win this football game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Get ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Watch the screen. Pass.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Ready. You ready?
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day